Sending out immediately for a fourth stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 focused on low income, including fixed income beneficiaries of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB is this guy right here. So let's get into it and discuss all the details. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I'm here for you each and every day with all the latest updates as all of this information is dropping. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your support. I know it's confusing out there, but don't worry, I'll be here for you each and every day to help out in any way that I possibly can. All right, thank you so much. Subscribe down below as it's totally free, and let's get into this right away. All right, so I don't think any of us can deny that right now a fourth stimulus check is needed more than ever. In fact, I read this down in the comments section multiple times every single day. I see the stories and how badly a stimulus check is needed and how badly people are struggling right now. It's a really sad situation, how many millions of people are really having a tough time. So I don't think any of us can deny how badly that stimulus check is needed, especially focused on low income and the fixed income beneficiaries that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Well, at the same time, I continue to see down in the comments section many people saying, hey, a stimulus check would be great, but honestly, what we really need is an ongoing long-term solution, ongoing monthly payments, whatever it happens to be, whether it's UBI, universal basic income, guaranteed basic income, or some type of monthly ongoing stimulus check. We just need ongoing payments. In fact, I was just reading some comments shortly before I started recording this video, and I saw a number of people saying, you know what, a stimulus check would be great, but honestly, it would be gone so fast, and then we would be right back in the same situation. We need an ongoing long-term solution. And honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. That is what everybody needs right now to help out during this time. Now, let's get into this a little bit further here. So a couple days ago, we discussed the latest inflation data that was just released a few days ago, showing the highest increase in inflation that we've seen in almost 40 years. Shortly after that, we also found some more data out there, as I discussed in one of my videos recently, where as of right now, it looks like they still have about $500 billion laying around that they have not allocated for any purpose yet as a result of these other previous stimulus packages. Remember that video from just a couple days ago? So it looks like out of all the $5 trillion that they have already approved between these stimulus packages, they still have about $500 billion, $500 billion sitting on the books right now that has not been allocated for anything that they could literally peel off at any point and spend it on virtually anything. Well, that's what we're calling on them to do, is basically peel off $100 billion of the 500 that they have sitting there and send it out in the form of a $2,000 stimulus check to roughly 50 million people who need it so incredibly badly right now. Which also brings us into this guy right here. So just a couple days ago, in fact, it was 2 days ago, I was out and I said, hey, you know what? Remember that letter that I drafted last week and I sent out to a number of different people throughout Congress? Well, I'm going to be revising the letter and sending it out once again with this new data that we have. So I actually incorporated into this right here, what we just discussed right there is this new inflation data that we just went through being at the highest point that we've seen in almost 40 years, since the early 80s. 1982 was the last time we saw inflation this high. That's a long time ago, right? Not only that, we are also citing the $500 billion that they have sitting in reserves right now, according to my research, and we're asking them to peel off simply just $100 billion. It's nothing compared to the $500 billion that they have sitting there. So we're basically asking them to take it out and send it out in the form of a $2,000 stimulus check. Now again, I totally get it. You know what? $2,000 right now would get people, you know, maybe back to even a little bit. It would certainly help out right now, but it certainly would not solve the long-term problems, which is basically your benefits are getting smaller. Well, your benefits are staying the same, but yet your purchasing power is getting less and less each and every month as a result of all this inflation, right? Your monthly benefits being from Social Security, SSDI, SSI, VA, RRB, whatever kind of benefits you may be getting, or your low income, right? So we continue to find that this low income is not a good solution right now because everybody is really struggling, and literally month by month that goes by, as inflation continues to get hotter and hotter, it's just making it even harder on a monthly basis. So Basically, what we're doing in this letter right here, once again, is we're calling on them to issue a $2,000 stimulus check. So I'm going to bring my wife in here in just a minute. She's going to read this to you so you can hear the new revised version of this letter, and she'll read that out. Now, here's the thing. I drafted this letter yesterday, actually. I wrote it up yesterday, and late last night, I was already sending it out. So this is already going out. It's already been out. However, it was getting really late last night when I was sending these out, so I only sent it out to about a handful of these people throughout Congress as of right now. However, I'll be sending it out to many more today as I have more time. And last night, sitting there at 11:30, I thought, you know what? I'll come back to this in the morning because I was getting very tired and I wake up at 5 a.m. So I thought, you know what? I'll go and grab my 5 hours of sleep right now. So I wanted to bring this letter to you as I told you I would just the other day. I said, hey, I'll bring you the new revised version of this. And I have it for you right here. So I'm going to bring Corey in. She's going to read this to you. Please leave me your comments and feedback down below. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, again, let me know. I'm open to feedback. I'm open to changing it, things like that. But as of right now, it is going out in this current state as of last night. And I'll keep going out this way as well. And by the way, these are going out by email because at this point, if we were to package it up, throw it in the mail, it's just simply not going to get there in time. Now that they are actively working on the stimulus package right here, right now, and it's supposed to be done here within the next couple of days. So if it was to go out in the mail, it simply wouldn't get there in time. So I'm sending it all electronically, emails, and on these little like contact forms on websites, things like this, out to lawmakers, a number of people throughout the Senate, the president. I'm also sending it out to a variety of people throughout the House of Representatives, the very influential people who have a lot of pull and a lot of say with everything going on. A couple of people being Chuck Schumer, of course, the leader in the Senate, as well as Bernie Sanders, Ron Wyden, Elizabeth Warren. There's a lot of people over there in the Senate who are very influential. And don't worry, they're certainly getting a copy of this. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to get out of here for now. I'm going to bring Corey in right now. She's going to read this to you, and I will not come back at the end just because you'll get all of the information right here in this letter. So with that being said, Corey, take it away. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and I will catch you again later in the next video. And thanks for your support. All right, here's Corey with the letter.
Low-income and fixed-income Americans are in need of your urgent help. On behalf of our community, we have been relentlessly reaching out and asking for financial assistance in the form of a survival check and a raise to benefits including Social Security, SSDI, SSI, and VA. As you've said, the Build Back Better agenda is a very consequential piece of legislation that will be transformative. As older adults, people with disabilities, low-income, and fixed-income Americans, we need assistance now. You know as well as we do the purchasing power of our monthly checks that are depleting as prices continue to rise, and we need short-term stimulus until a long-term solution can be put into place through congressional action. As you know, November inflation data came out in the hottest level in nearly 40 years. The rapid rising of prices on everyday necessities is absolutely crushing low-income and fixed-income Americans. We are calling on you to issue a $2,000 survival check at once to any American with an income under $40,000 per year. This includes people receiving Social Security, SSDI, survivors benefits, SSI, VA, and RRB. As the holidays are upon us, we are struggling now more than ever. Are you and your colleagues going to deny millions of struggling Americans a survival check this time of year, especially as winter sets in? We are calling on you to take action at once to help the low and fixed income with your survival check in the amount of $2,000. This can easily be added to the Build Back Better agenda. Or, our research indicates there is over $500 billion of unused stimulus money from previous packages that can easily be appropriated to help our most vulnerable Americans. It would only cost $100 billion to send those highest at risk a $2,000 survival check. We are calling on you to pay your fair share. Thank you. Share.
Sending out immediately for a fourth stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 focused on low income, including fixed income beneficiaries of Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB is this guy right here. So let's get into it and discuss all the details. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I'm here for you each and every day with all the latest updates as all of this information is dropping. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate your support. I know it's confusing out there, but don't worry, I'll be here for you each and every day to help out in any way that I possibly can. All right, thank you so much. Subscribe down below as it's totally free, and let's get into this right away. All right, so I don't think any of us can deny that right now a fourth stimulus check is needed more than ever. In fact, I read this down in the comments section multiple times every single